When betting in play, it should be approached no different to pre-game betting. In that, I mean that you should always be looking for value. Because historically, I see so many people who just say, oh, I get value because I wait for the market to reach odds of X, so 1.8 in this example. But that's not really considering the game in its own merits, and just because the odds are 1.8 doesn't mean at that point in time it is actually value. So obviously there's so many different factors to consider, things like the stats historically, where we are time-wise in the match, which team's on top, and various other factors. So again, we've created this model that provides a really great starting point when trying to understand what the fair odds should be when in play. So this is an example just used from a different video. And in simple terms, on the right-hand side, all you literally need to enter is the home and away score and the minute of the game, and then also the starting odds. Usually put the lowest odds so whether the home or away team is favourite, you put the starting odds there, and then it will give you some stats of how many games have met these exact criteria. So in this example, there was 4,098 games in the database that were 1-0 after 36 minutes. And it goes on to show that the home team ends up winning 74% of the time, and 74% equates to odds of 1.36. So that's roughly what the fair odds based on the given stats. And if we look at Betfair on the left-hand side there, you can see that the market is very efficient in this game, and there's little value in going into Birmingham straight away. This is another game, and as you can see, Tottenham were 1-0 up after about 52-53 minutes. You can see the odds are fairly efficient, but league specific, quite often the away team does seem to have come back. But I will highlight that that sample size is very small, so there's only 107 games in the database that meet that criteria. So you do have to take it with a pinch of salt. But overall, I thought there's a little bit of value in Villa based on how Tottenham have recently been performing. So I entered a position. But again, the key thing to note here is obviously not talking about the joys of Spurs, but looking at how the model is giving you an indication at any point in time what the fair odds should be. And again, it's not just for home draw away, it also shows the overs up to over 4.5, and also the odds for first half for results as well. And the other key thing to just quickly point out here is a warning does come up when there is less than 100 games in the sample, because obviously as you start getting less than 100, the stats start to have a lot more variability in their accuracy. So it's just something to be aware of. Okay, but then when watching this, and after discussions with a few people on this, one of the things that I thought would be a good idea is also to have some stats on the individual teams. Because obviously, as we said, we can see for league specific, but it would be good to know how Tottenham and Villa perform at any specific point in a game based on how they've done historically. So for example here, when it's 1-1 at 67 minutes, in the database there's been 10 games where that's occurred for Spurs and 5 for Villa, and it shows that Spurs have actually gone on to win 80%. And Villa have actually gone on to lose 60%, which shows there's actually probably pretty good value in backing Spurs at this point. When you put this together actually after that match, so obviously hindsight is a great tool, but again, you can clearly see here that just having that additional information on the home and away team can help with the decision making on whether to actually enter the market and who to actually go on with. So quickly jumping into the model, all you simply need to do is you can enter the league here, you can enter the home team and away team once you've selected your league, which should hopefully be a nice drop down. And then from here, it's a simple case of looking how the match is going. So let's say if it's 1-0 on 30 minutes, and then it'll literally say out of the entire database, there's been 9,993 games that are 1-0 after 30 minutes, and the home team has gone on to win 71% of the time, which gives you a rough odds of 1.4. And then similar, you can see how many games go on to be over 1.5 goals in the first half, how many over 2.5 in the first half, And again, just various stats, looking at it from a league-specific perspective or a home team and away team perspective. But again, it's a very simple model to use, but the information is very invaluable, especially if you're fairly new to in-play trading and not really clear on what are fair odds when trading within the market. Okay, that was all we wanted to cover for now. But obviously, if anyone is interested in this model or any of the other things we have to offer at Football XG, please visit us at footballxg.com/members and feel free to reach out via Twitter or via the contact page on the website.